The story begins in Afghanistan, where several military convoys are traveling to help troops stranded on the road. One soldier steps out and complains about the situation, while another quickly gets annoyed and starts a fight with him. However, the two are actually brothers. After a brief scuffle, they laugh it off and hug each other. The older brother then goes to handle the issue. During their conversation, the younger brother brings up joining the Ranger Assessment and Selection Program, one of the toughest programs in the military. The older brother isn't interested because of how demanding it is and tells him he can do it on his own if he wants. But the younger brother is disappointed since they had planned to go through it together. Seeing how much it means to him, the older brother finally agrees. As he heads back, a missile suddenly strikes one of the convoys. The area is instantly thrown into chaos as explosions erupt everywhere. The soldiers come under heavy attack, and everything around them is destroyed. When the older brother regains consciousness, he finds himself completely alone. He eventually locates his brother, but despite his efforts, his brother slowly dies from his injuries. The soldier suddenly wakes up on a bus. 2 years have passed since the tragic incident. He takes his antidepressant medication as the bus arrives at the Ranger Assessment Center. Upon arrival, all the candidates line up, receive their assigned numbers, and are given their duties. Each group is also assigned a leader. When the staff review his records, they discover that he has been medically rejected 4 times before. He is assigned the number 81 and is asked to become a leader, but he turns down the offer. Later, all the candidates gather as Sergeant Torres explains what lies ahead. The program will last 8 weeks and will push them to their limits. If they manage to survive the training, they will face the final challenge, a grueling 24-hour simulated mission called the Death March, considered one of the toughest military selection tests in the world. Those who complete it successfully will earn the title of Ranger. The training begins, and everyone gives it everything they have. After the first phase, several candidates are eliminated. The second phase ends with even more soldiers being removed from the program. As the weeks continue, the challenges become harder, but number 81 consistently performs better than most of the others. Meanwhile, news reports reveal that NASA has detected an asteroid that will soon pass close to Earth. For the final mission, Sergeant Torres briefs the team on the terrain and objectives. Their task is to locate a downed pilot and bring him safely back to base while overcoming numerous obstacles along the way. This time, number 81 is assigned as the team leader. As the soldiers board the helicopter, one of the sergeants remarks that if he truly wants to become a ranger, he must learn how to lead. The helicopters lift off and fly over deep valleys and dense jungle before finally reaching the starting point. The team gathers themselves and prepares for the mission. They have only 24 hours to complete it. Number 81 tries to give a motivational speech, but struggles to find the words. The soldiers begin moving toward the crash site, crossing mountains and rocky canyons as night falls around them. A short time later, something streaks across the sky at incredible speed. The team assumes it is part of the training exercise and continues forward. By sunrise, they arrive at what appears to be the crash location and discover a wrecked aircraft. However, the aircraft looks far more advanced than anything they expected. The team continues with the plan. While the others set the charges, number 81 notices a bright object in the distance. He tells number 44 to cover him and goes to investigate. The charges detonate back at the first crash site, but to everyone's shock, the aircraft remains completely untouched. Not even a scratch appears on its surface. Then, right before their eyes, the aircraft begins to change. The structure begins to glow brighter until it fully activates and rises into the air. It reveals itself as a massive robot-like machine. It immediately emits a blue scanning laser that passes over the entire team. The light suddenly turns red and locks onto one of the soldiers. A weapon deploys, and it fires instantly, wiping him out. Panic spreads as the others run, but more of them are taken down while trying to escape. They reach a pit and try to regroup, but the machine throws an explosive, sending them flying as the blast throws them across rocks and trees. Together, they help remove the injured man from the wood and move him to safety. He then places number 7 in a safer corner. Everyone is confused and terrified about what the machine actually is. They throw a rope down the pit and begin descending one by one. Number 96 and number 81 help get number 7 down safely, but number 96 insists that 81 keep moving and helps guide him down. As number 7 slides down the rope, number 81 suddenly notices the machine is still nearby. Without warning, it attacks. Number 96 is caught and killed instantly. The machine stands above the cliff and slowly scans the area. The team freezes, trying to stay as still as possible while it passes over them. It eventually moves on, but number 15 gets caught when his leg shifts slightly. The team immediately runs as the machine opens fire again. It continues chasing them through the jungle, launching explosives that detonate around them. The survivors finally reach an open grassland and take a short break. He explains that their only option now is to continue forward and reach the finish line where the extraction team is waiting. They abandon unnecessary equipment and continue through dense jungle. Eventually, they reach a wide river with strong currents. Number 81 instructs them to prepare ropes so he can cross first and secure the other side. He jumps into the river and fights against the current as it pushes him off course, while number 44 holds the rope steady. When he finally surfaces on the other side, he secures the rope to a truck. Number 15 begins helping number 7 cross, but the stretcher gets tangled midway. Number 15 goes back to fix it, but one of the knots loosens and number 7 hangs dangerously from the rope. Number 81 immediately moves into action while number 44 rushes in from the other side to help stabilize the line. Suddenly, the compass starts malfunctioning, signaling that the machine is close. The robot locks onto the soldiers holding the rope and fires, blowing them apart. Everyone falls into the river as the current drags them toward a cliff, while number 81 gets his leg caught in the rope. Later, the remaining survivors manage to pull them out, and surprisingly, number 7 is still alive. A soldier at the finish point helps them recover and gives them directions toward the final destination. They continue forward and eventually reach a grassland. There, they discover a trap left by the sergeants for the mission, a rope tied to a flare. They push forward and finally reach it, but everything is destroyed. They assume the machine did it, but number 15 questions how, since it was supposedly following them the whole time. The compass starts spinning rapidly, and another flare rises in the distance. They fire at the machine, but the shots have no effect. The tank shakes violently as they maneuver through the battlefield. Fire breaks out inside, and although the armor is heavily damaged, they continue pushing forward. The machine slows briefly, but then begins launching explosive attacks that rain down around them. Number 44 skillfully drives through the explosions as the team inside struggles to stay balanced. Eventually, they reach open ground, but the machine appears again, this time right above them. It lands in front of them and opens its face, charging a massive blue energy beam. The tank tries to escape as they return fire, but the machine is too strong. Even grenades and heavy weapons barely damage it. The tank is slowly destroyed, and chaos erupts inside. Number 81 detonates explosives near the mountain, causing rocks to collapse onto the machine. The machine stops transmitting and begins scanning the destroyed area, eventually destroying the remains of the tank. It moves toward them again, forcing number 81 to drag number 7 through the jungle. Rain begins to fall, making the terrain worse. As the machine scans the area nearby, number 81 studies it closely and notices constant heat venting from its head. He realizes it is a weak point. They reach an abandoned facility. Number 81 leaves number 7 behind a tree and goes inside alone. He finds dynamite, a flare gun, floodlights, and a system controlling heavy machinery. He sets a trap and uses a flare to lure the machine toward the factory. As it enters, the explosives detonate, knocking it down. Number 81 then drives a bulldozer directly into it, slamming it against the walls while triggering rock collapses onto its body. The machine retaliates with intense firepower, but number 81 keeps pushing it back. In the final moments, the machine overheats and becomes unstable. It fires wildly, destroying parts of the facility, but number 81 escapes just before everything explodes. By morning, he carries number 7 to the base, where medics take him away. The area is in chaos. Sergeant Sharon informs him that these machines are appearing worldwide and a global invasion has begun. No one knows where they came from or what they want. Humanity is preparing for war. Sharon asks how he managed to destroy one of them, and number 81 explains its weakness, the vent system. The information is critical and will save many lives. The sergeant acknowledges his actions and awards him the Ranger badge, telling him he is finally ready. Number 81 then gives a motivational speech to the soldiers, and they prepare to deploy against the global threat. This story follows a soldier haunted by his past after losing his brother in war. Years later, he joins an elite training program, but everything changes when a mysterious alien machine crashes into their mission. What starts as a survival test turns into a fight for humanity itself. As the team gets hunted down one by one, the soldier is forced to face not just the enemy, but also his trauma and guilt. In the end, he discovers the machine has a weakness and leads the final stand that destroys it, saving what's left of his team. But the bigger shock comes after. The invasion has only just begun, and the world is already under attack.